Me to want to grow in my faith, learn a lot about my faith, to be with other people striving for holiness. And it's blessed my family through all the many apostolates. I've seen my children grow, have a personal relationship with Christ as well. And I really attribute the movement to helping us in our marriage and saving our marriage, helping us to be married today. So I think it's one of the greatest gifts that we have. And we're all called to apostolate by means of our baptism. And the movement helps you to be able to serve as an apostle.
And in Challenge and Mission Youth, I was provided with many opportunities to serve the local community and also to participate in international missions. And then as I grew older, as a Challenge team leader, I was able to serve my girls and my classmates more directly, and to organize apostolate for them, and to look for the needs in the community, and see where they could serve, and where my heart felt called to bring Christ.
And they gave a very practical way to do this with so many apostolates. And I think the thing that really initially captured my attention in a meaningful way was the Holy Week missions. The first ones here in Atlanta, we went on those, and then we've been on many Holy Week missions, and this year we're going back to Mexico. And I'm really looking forward to that, bringing the family. So they put the apostolate into very concrete terms that I think anyone can participate in.
So I think that for many of us, we kind of go through life like a ship being just kind of buffeted about on waves, and we're not really going in any particular direction. And I think that for me, after I was kind of encouraged on a trajectory that developed my path towards holiness, I felt really like I did have a mission, a direction, and a purpose in life. And all of a sudden, the ship was moving forward. Sometimes it felt like it was maybe going 10 waves backwards, but in general, instead of just being pushed about, I really feel like I'm moving in a forward, positive direction toward eternity.
The RC mission, I guess to sum it up, would have been a whole lifestyle. It's an entire lifestyle that I've committed myself to, and it's a whole commitment that me and all my friends have joined in. So for me, as a teenager, it's been a lot different, but there's nothing like it. Without it, I can't imagine anything else. It's an entire new way of living that I've adopted. It's completely changed my prayer life. It's added on to things like ECUID that I did. I had a ECUID coworker month, and we did all these mission trips, like a bunch of other people did on my team. We went to Mexico, all sorts of awesome stuff. And all of it is all just one big family, and I'm a part of it. And so I just love it.
And then more so now, it's made a big impact on our young family now that we're starting to have kids, just to give us some tools on growing and maintaining prayer life and how to teach it to our children. And then ultimately just for ourselves, how to all get to heaven.
Regnum Christi, I feel, is really helping me to shape to be the kind of leader that I need to be in the community, in my business, in my family, because really at the end of the day, my goal, what I need to do is I gotta get her, I gotta get my kids, I gotta everybody around me, and get myself up to heaven. And if I'm really not, if I'm not being the type of person I need to be, if I'm not really, engaging in prayer every day, then it's not going to happen. And that's what RC is really giving me, that huge tool.
When thinking back on the day that I incorporated, I read the most beautiful words, and I could barely get through these words without crying, because I was profoundly impacted at that moment that I had committed to something that was so beautiful even before reading these words, these promises to Christ. And the words are, "It is my responsibility, Lord, and it depends on me to see that your words are not lost. It is up to me to see that your message of salvation reaches every person." And that's perfect. I mean, it can't get better than that. It is absolutely perfect. And so this beautiful gift that's been unwrapped slowly in my life, in the life of my husband, and the life of my daughters, is something that I pray that I will never, ever take for granted, because it's such a gift.
I created my first plan of life 2 years before I got married around my life with Christ and my life and how can I make Monica happy, and we can be together for a long time. And that was very interesting, because I don't know why I did it at that time, but it was something, I think, from the Holy Spirit. Nevertheless, years later, I still finding myself throughout all these years after having kids, putting the kids into a road that is all full of Regnum Christi, all full of richness, all full of what is important of life, that is giving and loving. It's been a very incredible thing that without Regnum Christi, I don't think that would accomplish. I don't know if without Regnum Christi, I would be with my wife and I would have these 4 beautiful, perfect kids.
There's so beautiful people in the movement that it just inspires you to be better, because you see how much they do with love for others, that it just makes you, well, I want to do it too, I want to be like them.
Especially in that apostolic sense, when I first became Catholic, I was searching for ways to share my Catholic faith, and Regnum Christi became that means of being able to share the faith that I received in a very concrete way.
The RC mission is very well summed up in our tagline, "Love Christ, serve people, and build the church." Personally for me, loving Christ means praying daily and constantly so that I have Christ always in my mind and hopefully in my heart. Serving people means putting their needs first, being selfless, and recognizing other people's needs and trying to fulfill those needs for them. Building the church means working in apostolates, in my family, in my parish, and in Regnum Christi to serve the greater church.
Later, I joined the apostolic school when I was 12 years old in the 7th grade, and that was one of the great things that changed my life and how I got to know the Legion and the movement in a deeper way through all of the formation that we received at the apostolic school. That was 5 years, and probably the best years of my life. Spent with 120 other boys, doing great things, hiking mountains, playing sports, going to class, praying, and getting to know our own personal vocations in a deeper way.
We
are
Regnum
Christi.
We are
Regnum Christi.
I am Regnum Christi.
We are
Regnum Christi.
I am Regnum Christi.
We are
Regnum Christi.
I am Regnum Christi.
I am Regnum Christi.
I am Regnum Christi.